What is up, everybody? Jennifer Sherman here to talk to you guys about spending one-on-one time with each individual child and why that's important, and then a couple ideas of something that you could do with your kids. So I want to tell you, first of all, if you're even watching this video and thinking about ideas, awesome, kudos for you. Put it in your daily planner, put it in your monthly planner. If you don't have one, I recommend one. Maybe another video I'll tell you what I use to keep extremely organized, and then I have my kids do the same thing. Anyway, I digress. So what we're gonna do today is really discuss why it's important to be one-on-one with each individual child. This is important for both parental units. So if there are two parents involved, whether you're together or not, same-sex marriage or not, doesn't matter. Every single person connects differently with each individual person. So if we, as the adult, take the time to connect with each one of our children, we're gonna A, make memories, B, get them very comfortable in their own skin talking, and C, have an awesome time, which is what life's about. So there are a couple ways you can do this. Sometimes what you might wanna do is be sporadic. My husband's schedule more or less allows for him to sporadically say, hey, daddy, and name the child, special day. Daddy, and name the child, special time. My schedule, I usually have to plan it ahead of time. That's just how my brain works, and I'm usually, driving all three kids to 7 games of basketball over the weekend. So I have to figure out, okay, where in the schedule allows for me to have one-on-one time. Now, this is not something that needs to be done weekly. It's not something that needs to be done monthly. Maybe your schedule doesn't really allow for that much time. Planning for it a couple times a year, maybe quarterly or maybe biannually, whatever works for you is a great idea. It's very important that same sex goes out and spends time together and different sex spend time together. We connect very differently. And of course, right now, we're working on the age group for elementary. At the end of elementary school, when your child is 5th grade and they're 10, 11 years old, they're getting into, getting ready for middle school. In middle school, usually around 6th, 7th grade, they start really pulling away from their mom, boys too, because their bodies are changing. I've talked about this in other videos just slightly, but their bodies are changing, and it's only natural for them to think, I need some space. I need to figure out what I'm thinking. And their hormones are changing, as are the females, but in a very different way. So if you can connect with your sons, if you're a female and you're connecting with your male children, oftentimes I recommend doing something very physical. So bike riding, hiking, just going for a walk, eat food, after you do that and you eat a meal together, awesome, grab a dessert, whatever you like. Because as your child gets older, when they're starting to drift apart, there's a lot of awkwardness, and there might be some awkward conversations that just naturally happen to arrive. If you're doing something physical, you are walking side by side. You're not staring at each other, which makes things a lot more awkward, especially for a child to explain something to their parent. So if you aren't necessarily staring at each other in the face, it makes it a lot easier to have these more adult or awkward type of conversations. With your daughter, obviously, same thing. You can do anything physical, or you can have them, you can have any child decide what it is that they want to do for special time, or you can surprise them. Again, it depends on your budget, and it depends on what time you have with them. Sometimes even especially the younger your child, so if they're kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, sometimes special time might just be running errands with you alone. And they don't really realize that you're checking off your to-do list. It's more like, oh, okay, I get this. My mom said it's special time and I get to be with her, and maybe you do go get a lollipop, or maybe you go to a special store and get them one of those dollar trucks from the grocery store. Whatever you decide to do, you don't have to buy them anything. It's more making it special that they're with you. The more time that you allow for every child to have special time with you, you are going to bond with them in a different way. They're going to be able to connect with you, hopefully, in a stronger way. So as they're getting older, they connect deeper and deeper. When they have this with both parents, it makes it very nice for them, because then they know there are certain topics that they might be more comfortable bringing up with dad, and there are certain topics they might be more comfortable bringing up with mom. Or again, if you're in a same-sex relationship, same thing goes. They might talk to one parent differently than the other parent. It's only natural because personalities make a difference. So I want you this week to really sit down, talk to your significant other, or if you're a single parent, or it's only your idea and your special time, then talk to your children about when you want to do something special, just one-on-one. Now, if your children are really little, obviously you can't leave a 2-year-old home alone when you go out with a 4-year-old. Of course, you can't do that. So if you have a babysitter, or if you have a neighbor who you guys can barter and help each other out for free, or you have family that you live close by. My husband was in the military, we had no family, no babysitter, so you had to rely on community members. So finding somebody and trade services so that you get alone time with your child makes such a huge difference, and it just helps strengthen your bond. So as your elementary age children hit adolescence, and that'll be the next series of conversations, are the adolescents, because it's a whole new ball game. As they move up there, they are solidifying that relationship with you, and it's changing from being a baby and parent relationship to an open conversation, activity-filled relationship where they can bring up specific topics and feel very safe about it. I hope you like this video. Please message me down below. Send me a private message if there is a topic that you really want me to dive into, or a specific age group. I'm going to go through several of the age groups. And again, right now we're on elementary. I already have infant stuff earlier on my Instagram. So if you need to look through infant age, browse through everything. Let me know what topic you want me to talk about next. And I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you so much for tuning in.